to San Antonio, Texas, the Alamo City today at the Alamo Dome as we have a couple of squads here ready to square off in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Bowl games are not only a reward for how you played in the regular season, but can be a springboard into next year as well. As we'll see a team from the Pac-12, the Fresno State Bulldogs, taking on a team from the Big 12, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Kickoff team out there ready to tee it up in this bowl game. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So West Virginia's offense will have the football first. Guys, it's been a long season. These two squads have had their fair share of battles, but today, David, they have a chance to end the season with a W.
And it's a little bit old school, right? With the bowl system, not as much to play for, but you get to put that uniform on again. And it should mean something. You had the bowl prep. You got to have some fun in a different city, Jesse. Now you get to go out and attack this game.
And it's another opportunity just to finish the season, right? To go out with a win. Both of these teams have taken this bowl game seriously. They've prepared. They feel like they're both ready to go. Winning this game is important to build momentum for next year, and also you want to send the seniors out with a W.
Quarterback may change this route. Snapped it in the shotgun. Here comes the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now on second down. Back to pass. This time he's got his man. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Mountaineers come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball in midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Hand off from the shotgun. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
A lot of times on second down, you're thinking pass, especially second, maybe a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the first down, really easy.
Breaks into the open. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Fires on the move. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a first down.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
That's the last thing this defense needed, a penalty to keep the drive moving. It's first and 10. Looking to throw on first down. The screen, he's got wheels. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And the Mountaineers are in the hurry-up.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
He rifles one deep to the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, West Virginia!
You love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive, cap it off with a touchdown.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. The Bulldogs offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
And they're able to make the tackle. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Harvin. Makes the grab. There he goes. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, we know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. On target. Quick with the spin move. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a 1st down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Makes the grab down the middle. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. The play-action fake. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Fresno State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. The extra point here would tie the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. It's complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Rolling, throwing, looking right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Quarterback making checks. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, he's got some space. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. The Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. Pulls it and fires to the left. It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, Mountaineers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
This offense is really dangerous because of the weapons they have on the perimeter of the field. And you're seeing they go to these guys early, and they try to give them opportunities in one-on-one situations and vertically down the field. 2 passing touchdowns now early for this offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. The Bulldogs racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Harvin. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Linebackers trying to create some confusion. We've reached the end of the period. It's West Virginia on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
It's been a little bit of a seesaw here the last 2 plays. Offense gets a chunk play, and then the defense gets a sack. Great job by the defense there, turning the page and coming up with the big one.
Under fire! And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, this offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Here's the heat. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. Might be changing the route. They're going to open this drive with a pass. They're working that left side. Turning it on. Shoved out of bounds after a big game. They'll mark it at the plus 42. Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. And the Mountaineers come to the line, needing just inches for the first down. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. It's a fumble on the play. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And, man, he got the first down, and I know all you probably say, hey, slide, get down, don't take the hit, don't fumble, but that guy's thinking touchdown. He's thinking I can break these tackles and try to make a play, got held up, coughed up the football, defense recovers. Man, that's a big blow for the offense.
Fresno State right back to the line. To the air, it's Harvin. Gets it out fast. And how does he keep running? I'd be dizzy after a spin move like that. Lining up from the 34 on first down. To the air on first down. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go. Right on the money. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Got his man. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. From the gun. Give on the inside. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They turn to the passing game on third and short. Finds his tight end. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Wants to go up top. Looking to the big tight end. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
To the air, it's Harvin. He's got his man. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Gives it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Fresno State.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. You trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm, but this passing game can continue to heat up. Look out in the second half.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you...
Oh, out of space. The 20. Waltzes into the end zone, but he might be dancing the other way. There's a flag on the field. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on the defense, declined, and the touchdown stands. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Back to throw, it's Harvin. He'll take the deep shot. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming.
And we've already seen this movie early in this football game, and he already has a touchdown, and they're seeking him again. And there's a reason. He can run, right? Like, he's one of their go-to guys on the outside, and you can tell they're trying to use him early and often in this offense.
And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep down the right side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Fresno State will have to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Secures it at the 30. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. They may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offense approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Intercepted. Guess even a Heisman Trophy contender can have a miscue. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Makes the grab. He'll try to take it back. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking to pass. It's Harvin. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Bulldog. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
On the move from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Might be calling a hot route. Back has it. Finding open areas. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat. They give up a big play. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Snap to the back. Bring in the heat. Quarterback now breaking the field. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Boys, you never quite know what to expect there in San Antonio, and we've had a lively first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the Alamo Dome.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Mountaineers will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. We are locked up to start the second half. And, guys, you know what? In a bowl, sometimes that intensity really builds in a tight game like this.
I think that's why we were really anticipating this game so much. Two very evenly matched teams with a lot of playmakers. We knew this thing could go either way. So for this offense right here, this drive to start off the second half, David, they need to put something together and really put pressure on the opponent.
And the thing I like about bowl games, man, is they're exciting. You go for it more on fourth down, less to lose, not as uptight. So I look for this second half to be fun, to be wild, to be loose.
Scanning the field, it's Harvin. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Now on the return. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's going to run it. At the 40, there he goes. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, third quarter here, 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Finds a man in the middle. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. And the Mountaineers are rolling down the field. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's run out of bounds just short of the goal line, and they keep him out of the end zone for the moment. The Mountaineers have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. Calls his own number. Touchdown, Mountaineers! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be a really good football game. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call it.
Breaks into the open. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Bulldogs want to pick up the tempo.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Caught. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Dropping back, it's Harvin. Fires to the tight end. At the 35, he's got room. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up and try to confuse the QB. It's not working, though. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Slings it downfield. He's got an open man. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Looking to throw on 1st down. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Extra point here will tie the game. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He steps out of bounds just across the 20 at the 21. Decent starting field position here. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He turns that loose down the right side. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On 1st down, here comes this offense. Power football with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 2nd down coming up. He'll try it again. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play. Here on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. A strike downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. What a ride it's been so far, and I'll vote for having a classic finish as we take a look at our game stats. Time to see who's going to head into the offseason with a big W as we start the final period. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Here's the handoff. Tough sledding near as he picks up 1 to the 29. And the Mountaineers will hustle to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Quickly complete. There he goes. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Makes the grab on the left. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Wants to fire on second down. Safe completion on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Quarterback keeps it, and they swarm him under. They could have tried to break the tie with a field goal attempt. Instead, they'll try to punch it in on 4th and goal here in the final period. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. And the Bulldogs backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. From the gun, running back on the move. Just tried to barge their way forward out of the gun and still couldn't find any room to run. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge 3rd down. Hit as he throws. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. Fresno State will have to punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He'll field the punt. And the returner will be dragged down. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. This is a designed run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Mountaineers moving quickly to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Oh, he's got some space. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play, 15 yards on that one, and a 1st down.
First down, West Virginia.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And the Mountaineers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll leave it with him.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down closer and closer to the goal line. Let's bleed some clock and put ourselves in position to win.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. The Mountaineers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Trying to pound their way in. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. These last 2 plays have just made you go, what are you doing? 3rd and goal, a chance to set it right. And they'll take a knee, get it in the perfect spot for their field goal kicker to try to win the game.
Well, this quarterback has had a lot of success burning this defense with his legs. That time, though, there was nowhere to go. Give the defense credit. They won their one-on-ones up front. Tremendous speed getting to him and bringing him down for a TFL.
Never a doubt. They have taken the lead in the final seconds, guys, and the celebration has erupted on the sideline.
It is a nerve-wracking feeling as a football player when the game comes down to your kicker. And he has to come through, and Palmer, he comes through with flying colors.
And you know in college football, no field goal is automatic. But there's no college kicker situation here. He drills that right through the uprights. David, it looks like his team's getting the dub.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. To the air, it's Harvin. Here's a throw downfield late. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call. And the players let a game sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. And for this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking